Welcome back to the Journey to the FarLands. Let's see, check everything out. I seem to have everything, so let's dig out and see if the chicken has led any unpleasant neighbors around. Apparently he hasn't. I really need to put that dirt in place before I come out. And now we head onwards towards the FarLands. And we'll start the episode out as always with the world size report. Windows reports the size of the world folder at 542 megabytes. Chicken, out of my way. See what you did? You distracted me. And Minecraft is currently reporting it at 544.99 megabytes. No matter how you slice that, it's big. I really should learn to not jump off of things like that. But then again, I didn't mean to. But, of course, I didn't mean to is a fairly common response when you do things that you didn't actually intend. Alright, and after a little bit of impromptu one-block parkour off into the water, we're headed onward into the FarLands. A long trip to be sure, but certain to be an entertaining one. Especially if I keep saying strange and unusual things for no apparent reason. Oh well, such is life. Anyway, this is the... Is it the first episode of the new year or the second? No, it is the first. That's correct, because this is the fourth. And if this is... No, this is the fifth. If this is the fifth, it must be the first episode of the new year. That's right. Jump up somewhere higher and then jump down onto the ground. Oh boy, I'm derping it up today. Anyway. The new year has started off pretty good. I hope it started off good for everyone else. I've certainly been having a pretty good time the last 2 or 3 weeks. There's been a few brief exceptions to that, but for the most part, a very good time indeed, I think. I've spent a lot of time working on things for various different videos. Now, this is just a tad suspicious. Holy distractions. A nice line of regular spaced sand blocks in here, with the exception of that one that's been placed off the corner. Sheep, what do you know about this? Anyway. Certainly unusual. Anyway. Let's see. In my main world, in my main vanilla world, I have been working on getting this preliminary work done on setting up a witch farm. I have found the witch hut. Excuse me. I've been doing a lot of that sneezing lately. I've found the witch hut necessary, and I've begun clearing the trees in the area with the intention of later on leveling the ground and flooding the entire area to prevent surface spawns. And I've only just recently found at least the first entrance to caves and whatnot underground. And as someone has commented, I will probably use branch mining as part of the means that I use to get all of the underground caves discovered and lit up. That's just simply because branch mining is something I do. I enjoy doing that as as a relaxing pastime. And wow, holy epic desert mountain here. Or maybe it's an inland beach, I don't know. But it certainly looks epic. Well, I've seen cactus, and that generally doesn't show up on beaches in this version. Let's walk in here. No, I almost hit F3 to find out what biome it was, but that was that would have been a mistake, because for one thing, 1.7.3 did not reveal the biome on the F3 screen. So we'll just have to remain in suspense about whether that's a desert or not, but I think it is. A small, oddly shaped one, certainly with some incredible sheer cliff, but a desert nonetheless. Bordered by extreme hills and, what is this, plains? Yeah. Anyway, you're not going to get me to hit F3 that easily. Not going to happen. There's an interesting little almost beach wannabe thing here with some floating sand that I am going to elect not to walk on. I mean, I know it's perfectly safe. It's not going to fall until something updates the block, but I'm still not going to walk on it knowingly. One of the personal goals I have with this particular series, this Journey to the FarLands, is to see how far and how long I can go without dying. Because I haven't died yet in this series, and I'd like to keep it that way for as absolutely long as possible. Because generally in Minecraft, it doesn't take me more than a few hours of gameplay to reach that first death. And while I do have beds placed every Minecraft day, which would keep me from losing much progress, it would still be something I really wish to avoid. Alright, see if I can sneak over here. Alright, good. So I got through without falling to my death or severe injury. Now I have to get around this part of the hill, preferably without encountering unpleasant natives. And mission accomplished. Alright, so this is the time of year when people generally start talking about, well, what is your New Year's resolution? Did you make a New Year's resolution? You know, are you going to resolve to do this or that or the other? And I don't generally make New Year's resolutions because I don't think there are very many people who keep New Year's resolutions more than a week or two past New Year's Eve. I know most people make these bold resolutions, and 2 weeks later, if you mention it to them, they go, huh? Yeah? Oh, well, I forgot about that. Or something to that effect. I know that's what I've done on many occasions. So I kind of gave up making New Year's resolutions because I didn't see the point. because nobody's going to keep them for very long. And now it's night, and I need to make a resolution for a quick dirt hidey pole so that we don't encourage the spawning of unpleasant people. Particularly the unpleasant people with no arms and a tendency to explode. All right, so potential crisis averted. We continue on. How's my coal storage here? Oh, I've got plenty. Let's see if I can get up around this hill and actually start moving in the right direction. That's what you say, pig. Easy for you to say. Anyway. Other things that I've been working on. In the last episode, I talked about I was going to try to start working on a schedule. And the first entry in this schedule was the idea that I would be making an episode of Journey to the FarLands once a week on Saturdays. Well, here we are on Saturday, and I am sticking to the schedule so far. I know, achieving the schedule goal once is easy. Anybody can do that. The challenge is in repetitively achieving that goal on purpose more than 8 or 9 times in a row. Get to where you're actually known for it. That is the challenge in the schedule. And I'm going to make it worse because I'm now going to start adding to that schedule. And what this means is that, okay, several people have asked me when is the next time I'm going to do a Kerbal Space Program video. And it is true that I have kind of fallen a little bit behind on that because I've been doing so many Minecraft things right now and so on. And so I've decided that Sundays will be the days for new Kerbal Space Program videos on the Cell of One channel. I've got an interesting project that is almost ready to move to its next phase. I have to dock a couple of, the next episode will involve docking a couple of heavy landers to the space station. And then there will be one more flight to add a new section to it. And after that, something interesting will happen with that ship. And I'm not going to say what that is just yet because, well, I want to see if anybody can guess it. And even if you guess it right, I'm not going to say whether you have or not until the episode in question airs. And like I said, I'm going to try to get those made and uploaded much more frequently, at least once a week. I know I've gone 2 or 3 weeks since the last one, so I'll be working on fixing that. Other things I'm going to try to start doing on a much more regular basis. On the Cell of One channel, the Wild Workbench SMP server, the videos there, I'm going to make it a point to get at least one of those out every week. And it's been a while since I've did one. Oh boy, where did I learn to speak? It's been a while since I've done one of those, and the reason for that is the project I've been working on there is one of those that involves basically a lot of grinding, a lot of doing extremely repetitive and very boring tasks, which basically means mining stack after stack after stack of obsidian. And it's not entertainment quality kind of activity, because in order for that to be even remotely entertaining, I would have to either speed it up really fast and set it to music, and that only works to a certain degree. After a while, even that gets tedious. Otherwise, I would have to have something interesting and engaging to talk about for that, and I try to save that sort of thing for this series. I mean, not that I don't want to talk during my Minecraft videos, I do, but the longer time span, more engaging, conversational kind of thing, I do tend to keep set aside for this. Although sometimes I come up with other things to talk about. I mean, there is the basic Minecraft ADD. Oh, you know, it's like I can focus on more than one thing at a. Oh, look, a chicken. You know, that sort of thing. Anyway, let's see. So I'm going to try to do Wild Workbench at least once a week. I have not figured out what day of the week just yet, but I do have something planned on the workbench that I'm going to be doing soon. And this may even be a co-op video with another person. At least that's my hope and plan. And so I'm working on that, and hopefully we'll have that up soon. And there is also the TechCraft series, which, again, there's been a lot of, well, a little bit of building things and making things, and an awful lot of dull, repetitive grind. Not only that, but I have, for some reason that I have not yet figured out, had really a lot of lag on there lately, that it's been bad enough that trying to record something would make it even more difficult, or trying to live stream it would be making it more difficult. And the lag has been of the kind that, like, for example, I could right-click on a chest and it might open sometime 2 or 3 minutes later. It's been that bad. And an effect known as rubber banding has been happening, where, from my point of view, everything and everyone is stock still, not moving, not doing anything, for anywhere from several seconds to a minute or two, and then all of a sudden there is a sudden high-speed, almost comical blitz update where all of a sudden everything that had been happening in that time suddenly happens really fast. And that's it makes it very difficult to get much of anything done, of any kind of a useful nature, and it would make recording a royal pain. And a video so recorded might be funny for the first couple of minutes, and then it would get really annoying to watch. I know I wouldn't like it. And so I do have a standard about videos. If I don't like the idea of watching it, I'm certainly not going to expect someone else to watch it. Anyway, that's where we stand with that. I have another couple of projects in mind in the very, very early stages, but I'm not going to talk about them yet because of how very early stage they are. And excuse me, I need to mute the microphone for a second. Oh, excuse me. That was a rather violent eardrum bursting sneeze. I'm certain you are glad you didn't hear. Even if you don't think so, trust me, you are glad you didn't hear it. All right, we have sunset upon us, and we are still climbing this hill. So it's time to dig in. This looks like a good spot right here. It even faces the right direction. All right. And so another 2 Minecraft days successfully navigated on the journey to the FarLands. And let's see, remember to pop a torch there. Close off the opening. Looks like I'm going to get some coal anyway. How about that? Okay. Workbench. Well, let's get the dead down. And make a couple of more. And that reminds me, someone suggested recently that I should make my iron into iron blocks because I could then store all of it in a single inventory slot. And I'm actually surprised that I didn't think of that sooner myself. I should have. But there we go. Instead of 3 slots, I'm using 2 slots to hold my iron, so much better. Okay. All right, we've got 2 beds. Let's go ahead and throw together a boat. Or 2. Break down the workbench. Throw away some of the stuff I don't actually want. And that looks like it's about it. Be sure to stop by tinfoilchef.com/donate. Donate to Child's Play charity. Worthy cause if ever there was one. Thanks for watching. Take it easy.